Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Iron Man Mark 43 by Hot Toys. And this is one of their die-cast series. So there's the box, just like every other die-cast pieces. We have this top layer, then here everyone that worked on this thing. So let's get the figure out of packaging. Alright, and here we have Mark 43 outside of packaging and everything that it comes with. So let's first go over the accessories. First we have this rocket launching forearm, and then we have a face mask for the Tony Stark head sculpt, and then we have the regular head sculpt. And this one here, if you got the exclusive version, you would have the Red Eyes Mark 43 helmet, but mine is a knockoff. Got it off eBay. And then we have two hand guards for the repulsor blast hands, and we have two fists, two repulsor blast hands, and then two articulated hands. And then here we have the Ultron Mark I, and comes with the base. So let's take a closer look at Ultron Mark I, and this is part of the base. And here, let's see, let's get a closer look at it. This thing is made out of a softer type of plastic. This whole thing is made out of the softer plastic, unlike the figure itself, which has hard plastic pieces. This one does not. And it does have a swivel head and then a swivel arm right here. So it's kind of neat. And this thing is articulated, and you could actually take them apart. The head comes off, and so does the arm. There's the detailing on this. It's quite nice. Quite intricate, actually. And then let's take a look at the back side of this thing. Yeah, it's actually quite neat. And here I took them apart. Here's the torso, the head, and the arm. The arm's pretty nice. Too bad no articulation whatsoever. It would have been nice if some more joints are movable, but it's fine, because this is part of the base, not really an action figure, not really part of the figure where you can actually pose it or anything. And as for the head sculpt, the Tony Stark head sculpt is basically the same as your Mark 42. If you already got the Mark 42, you pretty much have this head sculpt. So let's take a look at the Mark 43. Color scheme is it's definitely nicer. Quite a bit more red than gold. And I do like it. And I really enjoy the battle damage on him. The weathering, because this time it's throughout the figure instead of bits and pieces here and there where you swap out pieces, and then half of the figure is not battle damage or anything like that. But this one, throughout the whole figure, you can see bits and pieces where there are battle damage all over. So here, even on the back side, you can see around the flaps, there are pink chips here and there, but these are of course painted on, not real paint chips. And yeah, it's quite nice. And then this time around, instead of giving us a rubber butt plate piece, they decided to use hard plastic, and it's an actual button this time around, instead of having you press the rubber piece for the Mark 42. But right now, this one, it's an actual button where you press down to release those legs down. And here you can see the thighs painted nicely down to the feet. Same thing. It's a great job on this thing. And since I never got the Battle Damage Mark 7 or the Battle Damage Mark 3, this is my very first fully weathered Iron Man, which is quite nice. And anything else that's new about this figure that wasn't available for the Mark 42 would be this side panel right here. And here, this piece around the hips, you can see it flips up, and same with the front piece. The front piece was already introduced when we got the Mark 42, but this piece I believe is brand new. It gives them a little more range of motion, so that's kind of neat. Otherwise, I believe everything else is basically the same figure as the Mark 42. And as far as die-cast pieces, this figure basically have almost the same amount of die-cast pieces as the Mark 42, except for the abdominal area. This red piece here on the Mark 42, it's made out of metal, while this one for the Mark 43 is made out of plastic. But other than that, I believe every other pieces that are die-cast on here is the same as the Mark 42. And there's a good look at the base. And there's the plaque. Alright, and here's a side-by-side comparison between the Mark 42 on the right and the Mark 43 on the left. And as far as color scheme, it's more of a personal preference. I prefer the red more because that is my favorite color. So I like the Mark 43 more than I like the Mark 42. I don't dislike the Mark 42, but to me, more red is better. And yeah, so you could kind of see they are exactly the same. Well, pretty much almost exactly the same. The Mark 42 does have removable battle damage pieces, but again, having removable battle damage pieces does mean that half of him is kind of clean, while some parts are like broken and damaged. But the Mark 43, you see throughout this whole figure, you can see weathering throughout this thing. So which is nice, at least it's thorough. It's throughout the figure instead of having some pieces battle damage while some pieces are almost pristine. And here's an even closer look at some of the battle damage pieces, some of the weathering effect they did for the figure. And the chest plate is also removable, just like the Mark 42. And again, I think they did a really impressive job. I think they did an even better job with the quarter scale. That thing's gonna be amazing looking. There's the back side. And again, there's the button. Nicely done. And here's the knockoff head. And rotate him back so you guys can see. There we go, chest, there's a light. And the hands, also lights. And then the helmet, which I don't have batteries on it at the moment. But the photos will show you what he looks like with lights on. But, yeah, overall it's exactly the same. But if you prefer more red on your Iron Man, then I would go with I would suggest buying the Mark 43, but he does cost a bit more, actually quite a bit more actually, almost 50 bucks more than when they released Mark 42, because Mark 42 was about 310 somewhere around there, and this one's about 350, well 345 somewhere around there. So yeah, so I would say 40-45 bucks extra. So it's more of a personal preference. If you prefer more gold, then I say go with the 42. And if you prefer more red, then go with the 43. So there you go. There's the Iron Man Mark 43 from Hot Toys diecast series. Thanks for watching.